Have you ever been so excited to see rain as we are? 71 degrees out there this morning, and the lucky thing with the rain comes cooler temperatures. 84 for the high today. I hope everyone's having a good morning. Wake up.
Man, 84, that's sweater weather. Good morning, I'm Jamie Cooper. Thank y'all for getting up with us on a good-looking Wednesday morning. Gloria just told you, yes, there's some rain. It was pouring down this morning when I got up around 2:30 or 3. Joining me this morning, Roy, back in action, and Tom, as always, trying to get in here this morning, talk about something. Roy, what's up with nutritional health care?
Just growing, trying to get everybody involved in good natural health.
That's doing good. And 10% off on Wednesdays here at Herbs & More. We're still doing that?
I guess.
If you mention me. Well, now Seth always does that. Hey, Roy.
I'm sure it's true.
You're getting the plan, man. I mean, okay.
There's
Roy
don't know it,
but today, yeah, you go down there, 10% off today, whether you're there or not. Frank in here on the phone this morning. Is that an important call for me, Frank, or just a regular? Okay.
Regular call.
Just a regular call. Frank overslept this morning, didn't you, Frank?
You don't have to tell the whole world.
Frank, as long as you've been doing this gig with me, why do you have to have a alarm?
I don't know. Rough night, I guess.
Rough night, yeah. I tell you, like Gloria said, it was nice being up, sit out on the porch and finally see some rain. And I think it's going to rain for the next several days, but she'll fill you in on all that coming up. Roy's got some products here we'll talk about later. If you are not on Herbs & More product, nutritional health care over in Killen, get on them because you will feel a whole lot better. Take it from somebody who's got more aches in my knees and joints like that than
Used to.
They don't squeak every morning when I get up now, you know. Hey, Roy, I had a major problem earlier this week. I talked about it yesterday, but my zipper busted in my pants, out at Bridge Street. Almost got arrested. Gloria trying to fix it in the Hummer.
You did not.
I don't have a supplement.
and then I talked to Jeff Matthews yesterday. He said, surely to goodness you didn't pick out them pink shorts she was wearing. I said, well, yeah, I did. I'm a stylist.
Yeah.
There I am right there, Roy. Decked out. Decked out. Pink shirt,
You picked
pink
out the
pants.
ugliest shorts at the Gap.
Oh, that's right. Got a lot of stuff going on this morning. Let's get it cranking. The weather, it is changing, temporarily at least. It is going to rain, ain't it?
It is definitely going to rain. In fact, it's raining out there this morning here in Athens, 71 degrees, and we are going to see cooler temperatures today, around 84, which is going to feel quite nice. You won't see a lot of sun today, a lot of cloud cover, which is good. I don't think anyone's going to complain at all. High temperatures tomorrow of 85. You'll complain about something, I'm sure. 69 for your low. See, I'm never the complainer. You're the complainer in the family. But look at the rest of the forecast. We do have a chance of rain every day, which we'll take. We're not going to hear any complaints about the rain, so
let me tell you. So basically,
be careful going to work.
Okay, you were brought up a good point, Tom. Not you, her.
Her? Gloria?
You said you're not a complainer. So I'm a complainer.
I'm not. When do I complain?
What do you got to complain about? You're married to me. I provide for you as much as possible.
Yeah.
What
do
You're
I
married
complain about?
to basically a living legend.
Just ask you, but what do I complain about?
Well, you don't complain a whole lot. Why would
tell me one thing I complain
about. I take you to Victoria's Secret. Mainly, that's my favorite place to shop. So now, Bass Babies R Us. I take you in all these places.
Yeah.
Feed you, let you be on TV with me.
You do cook every day.
Let you be on TV with me.
I don't have to.
Introduce you to all my friends.
Hi, guys.
So, I mean, really, what would you have to complain about?
That's why I must not, huh?
Hey, speaking of complaining, that's what some people tell me. Speaking of complaining, Roy, you got DirecTV, don't you?
I do.
At home? Big full-page ad in USA Today this morning. I know you're going to be disappointed. No more square pants.
Oh.
David ain't going to like that.
Oh.
No,
And it says down at the bottom, DirecTV dropped 25 other channels. They dropped Nickelodeon, MTV, BET, TV Land, which you can get here on RTV, VH1, Spike, CMT. Says in all they dropped 25 channels.
That's a lot of popular channels.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to make room for ZTV.
That's right.
I think that's what the rumor is
Rumor has
you're making room for you.
Well, then don't complain.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't complain if they put me on. But anyway, there's an ad in the paper tonight, too. This morning it says, tonight, Fox News labels Obama a socialist. MSNBC calls him a saint. CNN wonders where their viewers went. And 3 network broadcasts run promos on their new fall lineups. We got that cartoon, Brad. Here it is right here. CNN Athens, TNN headed this way.
He
Throw
is a
that in there.
socialist.
Iron U line, he is a socialist, that's right. You know, a lot of you folks viewing out there this morning, y'all are Obama supporters, and that's your right and everything, but on this program, we're anti-presidente, okay? Oh, we got some things to talk about this morning. This is all, I just saw this on 48 while ago watching it, out of Huntsville Times this morning. Lawsuit claims funeral home did not embalm body.
Ooh.
Oh,
Huntsville mother claims some mourners were forced to leave her son's open casket funeral past weekend
Did it not
because
smell?
Nell's funeral homes failed to embalm the body. They had waited 12 days to have the funeral. And then the air conditioning went out at the funeral home.
How could they stand the smell?
They couldn't. Said, well, some mourners actually left the room because of the smell. Said it was just
Oh,
absolutely horrendous to the family. The funeral home has no comment, but anyway, they've hired a lawyer to go over that.
Wow.
Emotional distress, misrepresentation.
That's just bad all the way around.
That's just
Ooh.
horrible. A couple of newsboys, y'all, before I get on something humorous here this morning, but did you hear what happened in Detroit? Happened over the weekend. We didn't mention this yesterday. A woman celebrating a birthday, on her 25th birthday, was at a party, went up to hug an off-duty policeman as they were dancing, and his gun discharged, killing her.
Goodness.
Shot her straight in
Yeah.
the chest.
The woman embraced the officer from behind, causing the holstered weapon to accidentally discharge. The bullet punctuated her lung and hit her heart. She died at the hospital.
He's on administrative leave
Man.
until it's investigated.
And tomorrow, now we got to ask Jeff Matthews this question.
Oh boy.
Indiana, a Wisconsin girls basketball coach been charged with battery after witnesses says he punched one of his teenage players in the face and threw her to the ground after they got beat.
sore loser.
That's right. The 47-year-old man faced his misdemeanor charge. He
What's a misdemeanor?
hit the 17-year-old girl that was on a youth basketball travel team.
Oh, goodness.
Awful.
And the victim's daughter was trying to pull him off, hollering, "Daddy, Daddy, quit hitting her." We'll have to ask Jeff about this because he's got that travel softball team.
He's
so we'll
never
have to
lost
ask him.
his temper
No,
like
not like that. We'll have to ask him about that. But anyway, it brings me back over here to this subject here on front page USA Today. Everybody knows what OxyContin is.
Yes.
Painkillers are the #1 drug right now because doctors, Roy, prescribe so many. Why can you go in to get a doctor and they'll give you 60 OxyContins for a month?
Or 120.
I don't know. My dad has them. We hide them. We keep
Well,
them.
we had to do the
because
same
we got
thing.
Children in there that can, they'd break
Easy to
in
get
and
hooked on.
steal them.
It says here that in Fort Wayne, Indiana, they've had so many pharmacies broken into. The town of 250,000 people, it's unreal. It says unreal. A year ago it was OxyContin. Now it's, how do you pronounce it right? Opana?
Opana.
Opana?
Opana, I
And
think.
what is it? You looked it up.
It's
What is
more
that?
like morphine rather than the OxyContin. It's a stronger OxyContin, I guess you can say. And they're trying to figure out a way to crush it. That way they can snort it. But it's causing
That's
a lot of
what's
deaths
wrong.
and stomach
I got a kid in
problems.
rehab right now because of stupidity mainly, but because of painkillers. I mean, come on.
It shouldn't
By the way, he'll be
last,
working
but
up here before long, so y'all get ready for that.
I
See you,
hope
Corey.
Once he can pass a drug test, he can.
Keep your pills up, okay?
I had them.
All right, this morning you got a butt call from Frank.
No, he actually meant to call me. But actually, State Representative Dan Williams butt calls me all the time.
Well, now, the reason I'm doing that is,
That's what
Dear
he calls
Abby,
it.
the etiquette for wrong numbers, Roy. I mean, you've probably made misplaced calls. Oh, here's this.
Absolutely.
During the past month, I've accidentally, Tom, dialed a couple of wrong numbers because no one answered. I didn't think it was necessary to leave a message. We've all done this. Both times, the recipient of the wrong number called me to find out why I had called them. The first time, it was an irate mother demanding to know why I was calling her kid's cell phone. She threatened to call police if I ever did it again. The second individual angrily demanded to know why I was calling. These folks could not accept the fact that I had simply misdialed. And then she says, well, people call wrong numbers every day. The best way to do it is, I misdialed, I'm sorry to bother you, this ended the call. But it's like, if we
Just
get a
say,
call,
"I'm sorry, wrong number."
You call back, Tom, if they don't leave a message, so I got a missed number, I need to call.
No.
Most of the time.
Why?
You do?
Well,
They didn't mean to call you.
Well, I didn't know if they did or not. I didn't answer the phone.
I'll let
Where-
someone leave a message. I mean, if they just call, unless it's
But
like
now,
your mom.
if I see I've got a missed call from you, I might call you back. If I see I got a missed call from Greg or somebody or Alan, somebody like that, I'm calling back because,
Yeah.
they had something important to say.
see,
But if it's a number you don't know.
Well, in the real estate business,
Yeah.
they let it ring a few times and nobody answers, and they calling somebody else. So that's the reason why you call them back pretty quick.
Okay.
It
again-
might be a sale.
I don't know why people will not accept a call from me, Roy. They think I'm going to try to sell them something.
I don't understand that.
I mean, really, I don't know. Hey,
A lot of us don't take your call.
This weekend, you can be all ears. Local farmers market hosts annual corn day. It's free down in Decatur this weekend. The corn, they still got plenty of corn. Frank, you need to go. It's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Morgan County Farmers Market. Speaking of stuff going on this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Friday, Saturday, this week, right up the road. Clayton Homes, right across the road from Utah.
Yeah.
It's a big, gigantic yard sale. Pete's putting on a show. Free
Yes.
hot dogs for everybody. Gigantic yard sale at Clayton Homes. Kathy and Pete will be out there cooking hot dogs themselves. All you got to do is just go by and visit with them. All right?
That's right.
All right. I'm going to go over my first segment here. I'm going to go back to this thing that was over the weekend. Roy, you're from Tennessee.
I am.
And you're proud of it.
Absolutely.
And your ball team sucks. But anyway.
I understand.
Beyond
He
that,
likes Tennessee.
let me tell you about a new law in Tennessee. Ricky Thompson, who's been on the show before, he's a kind of a liberal, but he's a pretty good writer. He's always down on the Alabama lawmakers. And this is a true law, Roy. Now stay with me.
This is a dumb law.
Attention, Alabama legislators. Judging from the laws you passed and attempted to pass this year, Huntsville Times this weekend, you have been nominated for the worstest lawmakers ever competition. Your racial, religion, and sexist bias place you above and beyond the scope and call of your intended duties. You have exceeded in going below the expectations of many Alabama voters. Tennessee hand-holding, yeah, there it is. You got it, Brett. As creator and sole judge in this competition, Ricky talking about himself, I would like to award you the Dumb and Dumber trophy outright. Unfortunately, Roy, you might have to share this dishonor with your equally unlearned colleagues up north in Tennessee. Here's the situation. As of today, this being Sunday, a new Tennessee law goes into effect. It is affectionately known as the, quote, no hand holding in school law. Now, I'm not making this up, Tom. The measure puts the
Basically high schoolers.
on the back of Tennessee teachers to break up, passes, and intercept any activity that may be widely and vaguely interpreted as gateway sexual behavior. If a parent complains that a teacher failed to enforce the enforceable, said teacher may be subject to a $500 fine. Proponents of the law say it is aimed at reducing Tennessee's teen pregnancy rate, which has been the highest in the nation. Among other questions, opponents want to know if hugging and kissing is still allowed between brothers, sisters, and cousins. Another question is the definition of marriage, which be defined to act between a boy and a girl. But they're saying right now, if
So
they're in
if a
school,
teacher
you ready?
sees-
So you explain.
So if a teacher sees two students holding hands or kissing in the hallway, and they don't actually write them up and they get in serious trouble about it, they can be fined $500.
The teacher
What
or
did
the
the teacher
kids?
can?
The teacher.
The teacher can. So what are they blaming the teacher? What is that, foreplay before they think they're going to have sex after school? I mean, how does that work?
Well, what
Why
goes
is
on
it
here
the
says,
teacher's fault?
will girls be required to wear, is it burqas? Is that the one here? Will classes remain co-ed or segregated? Will girls be allowed in the company of males only in the presence of her adult male relatives? Will marriages be arranged by methods other than the long-standing tradition of daddy shotgun? I mean, he's making fun of it too, but that is a new law. I'm not making this up.
You
So,
mean,
say
all
Max
boyfriend
in
and
school.
girlfriends
Right.
hold hands in
Say
school.
he's making eye contact with a little pretty thing sitting across the desk from him.
Doesn't say eye contact, but what if they're holding hands, walking
Well,
down
what
the
if
hall
you
to
didn't
their
say,
next
didn't say eye
class?
contact? What if a teacher sees Mac doing something like that?
Well, he's in Alabama, not in Tennessee.
Well, I
so
know,
he's
but they may
safe.
pass that
They
rule
might come
here.
on down here. Yeah.
Roy.
That's dumb.
Well, I mean, marijuana is a gateway drug. Hand holding is gateway to sex. We all know.
That's what started with me.
We all know that.
Cows and goats, you held their
That is
hands.
a dumb law.
What'd you say?
Cows and goats, you held their hands.
They didn't have hands. But they had big ears.
You're awful.
Hey, Roy, I'm gonna run some of this video. I showed Roy this business card. You know, we did that Hillbilly Outhouses a couple of weeks ago and had great response to that. And I still got some of the video we haven't shared with you yet. Roy, in case you're interested, you grew up in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
We had one till I was 8 years old.
I doubt he
8
wants
years
another.
old, an outhouse. Is it still standing?
No, somebody bought the land and tore it down. That's too bad.
You want another
Yes,
one?
They're for sale. You can get another one.
Well, I don't want an outhouse. I have indoor plumbing now.
All right. News Courier's got a thing this morning.
Novels.
It's called Skeeters, Snakes, and Ticks, which are big this time of year.
Fleas and ticks.
Tom Bing, insurance man.
Right.
It says they've seen a few more cases of snake bite this year. This is an AP article. The best way to avoid snake bite is to watch carefully where you put your hands and feet, wear long pants and boots. If you are bitten, what is the best remedy to survive a snake bite?
Go to the doctor.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Go straight to the doctor.
I'd be scared. Go straight to a doctor.
I mean, before that, what's the best thing to have on you if you're snake bitten? Frank?
Phone,
Huh? Clothes. I mean, that's it. Car keys.
car keys.
Get yourself to the doctor as soon as possible.
Do not cut and suck. That don't work.
Only in city slippers.
Oh, and here's something else. If you are bitten by a snake, Frank, do not bring the snake with you. The last thing we need in a crowded emergency room is a
Scare
snake,
everyone.
dead or alive.
That's for sure.
So, yeah, don't kick. Hey, this is what bit me.
You'd have to drive me.
So anyway,
I'd be too scared and
I
panicked.
just run mine over to my neighbor's property. The other day there was one about this big in the driveway. It was a black snake, so I didn't want to run over it. So I just shoot it over into Donovan's yard.
Any snake needs to be a dead snake.
I tell you, the ticks are the problem.
They are
Lyme
bad this year.
disease is serious business.
Yeah.
And thank goodness Herbs and More's around. We can help people with Lyme.
Really? You remember?
Absolutely.
I remember when ticks used to get on our dogs. You know, get about that big around before we pull them off. Then you take a match, light it to that tick, or stomp it. Blood spurred out about 2 or 3 feet.
Poor dog. You just left him on the dog?
Well, Zorro's gonna be the same way,
No,
man.
he's
I mean,
not.
There ain't nothing.
Front line.
Of course, now I wouldn't advise squashing a tick barefooted.
I've seen ticks big enough to eat Zorro.
But you know what it's like to stomp that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Blood just goes everywhere.
We used to
Yeah, don't do
pull
it barefooted. It might
off
stain
coffee
your
cans,
feet a little bit.
in there.
Don't you stick him with a pin or something?
You know, now, there was another article, too, about blackberry picking, too. We talked about that last weekend. We showed the Duggars out picking blackberry in their song, too. But when you pick blackberries, we always had to wear long sleeves because you didn't want to get scratched. And that's a good time to see snakes, too. Picking wild blackberries, that's their time of year.
Watch for the rattlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway.
That would make me complain.
You, first of all, your biggest problem would be worried about getting a chigger. Gloria's the only person I've ever known that says she's never had a chigger.
Nope. Everybody has chiggers?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of women out there that haven't had chiggers, surely.
Okay. If you're a woman, and I think you know who
I
you
bet
are.
there's a lot of women that have not had chiggers. Come on.
Not many in this part of the country.
For real?
Not many.
Gwen never had chiggers?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Wow.
Rhonda?
We used to play in the woods.
Really?
I can believe Gwen playing in the woods. Yeah. If you've never had chiggers, y'all need to contact Gloria.
Please.
She's starting a chigger-free club.
No itching here.
Oh, you wouldn't be there.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, that's not where he is.
I can honestly say I've never
Y'all
had
hang on.
any itching there.